Welcome to the Cool FM Live Sports Show. My name is Jon Berger. I'd like to welcome Coach Jared Young, Coach Dennis Baker, and Coach Kevin Lassiter. How are you doing, guys?
Good, man.
Awesome.
Hey,
Ready for
it's Christmas.
Ready for Christmas.
Nobody's got the elf ears. Nobody's got any of the normal Christmas
I'm
ears.
sure our producers,
That might come
our
in.
producers could probably
Post-production.
put some stuff on there.
Man,
Get us some
reindeer
reindeer,
something going on.
some highlights and lights around us.
I know at least once this year there was a Santa cap that somehow ended up on top of my head. So.
I was on the sideline coach of the basketball game when I saw a Santa hat on. But we got a great show planned for you guys today. We're going to go over top plays, of course. We got highlights and recaps of some of last week's action. Of course, all local sports news, of course. And then we'll get into our buzzer beaters. And as always, our trivia. That I think I'm ahead. I don't know. I may be tied for
We're
the
tied.
lead. Okay.
You and I are tied.
So gotta keep that streak going.
And you guys weren't here. It was a hard one.
Yeah, it was tough.
Well, it's good to be back because I missed last week's show. I'm trying to get back on the board, man. So we're gonna see.
Yeah, me and Kevin got goose eggs. We got to work on that.
All right, let's see those top plays.
There was a lot this week. A lot of basketball action throughout Cochise County.
Cochise County.
Speaking of Cochise, we got Cochise College going coast to coast here with the N1.
Man, with the
They
finish.
took on AZ Soul. I gotta show this. This kid is out of Douglas. Man, he got hot. Martinez from 3. You'll see him on here.
Nice steal there. That's
Booker with the steal.
Buena.
Jeremy Booker.
And takes it.
I like the finish.
Very nice, very nice. There's that Martinez. Look here. Deep shot.
He shot that from the coach's face.
These were all early in the same, around the same time in that first quarter. This is Gabe Padilla with his
Gabe was
Yeah.
cooking, man. He really attacked the basket a lot in that game. It was a fun one to call.
Back to Cochise
Oh,
County.
Yes,
Man,
this
throw
is
down.
David Jones, the Cochise College dunk.
Pressure defense. Booker with the steal there.
Yeah, get it to Ricardo. Thomas is gonna handle that.
A one
Hey.
dribble coast to coast.
With the two-hand flush.
Here's that Martinez kid. That's an and one.
Oh, man, he had the, okay, he was on fire. That ball had that flames coming out of it.
Yeah. This is a big play. Last play of the game. We're down 1. There's about 5 seconds left in this game right now.
Brooks
I
brings it
almost
up.
called timeout, decided not to. He has to shoot that. This is at the buzzer.
Oh, Lord.
Buzzer beater for JoJo. And the team storms the court. Logo JoJo strikes again.
Man, look at that.
This time for the win. Okay.
Coach Baker standing out there like, hey,
That
come at us.
just happened.
Love buzzer beaters.
Easily
Big
the
win
best
for the
play.
I'm like, I'm not gonna run down there and celebrate with them. Let me be respectful and not make a scene here. But no, I was excited, glad we made that shot. Big time play. Logo Jojo is the name that everybody's sticking with. That works for him, and I guess especially now since he hit a game winner. So big time plays by seniors helping seniors. Speaking of seniors helping seniors, if you're searching for a like-minded friend to help tackle chores and tasks, or even a companion to join you in hobbies and activities, call Seniors Helping Seniors. Their caregivers are seniors themselves and show up ready to exceed expectations on a schedule that meets your needs. Or you can make a difference by joining the Seniors Helping Seniors family. Check them out at Southern Arizona, SHS.com, or call 520-487-4246.
Can't tell you how many times I've heard
Every
that
time.
one.
I'm going to do it every time.
SHS. No, you'll get used to it after a while, but you'll might be talking
It's
about 10 times.
SHS.
Ash. All right, let's get into those Wilcox basketball game. Let's see what they had to do tonight. Or what game was that?
That was last
the
week.
last week. So who are they playing?
The Wilcox boys.
Factors? I don't know, that looks like Longhorns looks like Payson, but I don't know if that's a Payson.
Nice layup to here, Ray. Rebound to here, Reyes.
So we can see.
Driving to the basket, man. Get some good points here.
Stand back right slot 3.
Three.
Longhorns. Man, that's.
So it looked like the Cowboys were shooting the three ball pretty good so far in this game.
Inside, Piero.
It is.
San
It is.
Simone.
It is San Simone.
Yeah,
San
San
Simone
Simone.
fighting back over the inside scoring.
They're a 1A school.
Hey, the fadeaway, the spinning fadeaway.
So in this game, Tucker Stamback led scoring with 15. And second on the team was Ty Scholl, number 2, and number 11. So you'll see these guys in the highlights here.
Yeah, Scholl, I think, is number 11. He was the one,
No, number 2.
oh, number 2? Yeah, he was the one that hit the, I think he hit at least 2 threes in this game.
San Simone, their top scorer, Joel Martinez, with 10 points.
Ooh, nice drive.
Man, it's so hard to play in those tight arenas. And when you're just sharing every inch.
A lot of good-sized kids out of San Simone.
Yeah.
I wonder how many of those kids play football. Probably all of them, because they do play 1A ball out there.
Yeah, we'll talk about that throughout the show today too. Is like a lot of the our Cochise County basketball teams. You'll see some familiar faces and names from the gridiron.
All these multi-sport athletes.
Thought I saw Cuevas' name on the roster for the Cowboys.
That would make sense because he's an athlete.
Yep.
Or
Peter,
Jamarian Jackson. Where's he at? No, wait, I'm thinking that's.
No, you're right.
Oh, Wilcox Cowboys.
Yeah,
that's
so
so
receiver. Yeah.
Brian Cuevas was on the team, is number 4. He had 4 points.
Relative of Ishmael.
5
Yeah,
steals.
must be Ishmael's brother.
Yeah.
He's a junior, so that
Oh my
makes sense.
gosh.
Nice little dish right there in the paint.
So you can see Wilcox in control of this game. At this point, they were up 53-22. You see most of the highlights are in Wilcox's favor. They're just making good plays, playing good defense. A nice stop and pop 3 right there.
Nice.
Oh, he hit the little.
I'm not sure I'm doing that if I'm losing. That's
yeah,
one
yeah.
of those things I just. But they do have some size. Look at those kids. That guy's one of my mechanics. I've seen that guy before. I know that guy. Anyway, so great game by Wilcox, putting the Longhorns away, 55-30. Next up, Tombstone versus Valley Union.
Boys from Elfrida, seeing what they put on the court. Haven't seen much of their highlights yet this year.
I'll say this real quick. Last thing on the Wilcox boys, they're now 7-3. So
Oh yeah.
looking to have a good season so far. Definitely a good start.
Thanks for that stat, Coach Baker.
There to take it.
Tombstone.
Down in Elfrida.
Now Valley Union here controlled a lot of this game here.
Yeah, it looks like
making plays.
Richardson.
Exactly right. I was going to tell you this name. That right there was Miles Richardson.
Yep.
James Richardson's number 4. Miles Richardson number 3. You can see them all over this highlight here, as well as number 5 Zion
That
Moore.
means I get to sing my favorite song again. We got brother to brother.
Man, these guys like to hit it from the outside.
So
Goodness.
Valley Union took this game 45-27 over Tombstone, but you can see there's a lot of they're clearly a good team. This is not just your normal 1A team. They're good at basketball.
I think the Richardson brothers being good athletes.
Looks like they play very clean basketball.
Translating over to this other sport. And they play together. They know where each other's going to be at on the court.
Zion Moore with the and one on that one.
I'm starting to believe basketball is more and more about team fit, than it is about, I believe in skill, but team fit, you can overcome a skill deficit if you've got a good, I'm watching ALA, and they got just an assortment of kids, and I'm like, they fit together pretty well. I'm seeing
He
that.
can shoot. He can shoot. Tombstone's kind of in a rebuild situation right now. As we talked about their struggles over the football season because of just the amount of students and athletes that they have at the school right now. It makes it a challenge, but they're still plugging away and trying and out here playing
Credit to the Yellow Jackets. They keep fighting and they keep competing.
Well, last year they had such a strong senior class. Holy smokes. Baseball,
did.
basketball, football, all the way across the board. They were so good.
It's always hard when you lose a big group of talented players at the same time like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
As John mentioned, the final later was 45-27 in favor of the Blue Devils.
Valley Union boys are now 5-6.
Okay.
Tombstone drops to 1-14. So, like I said, it's kind of a rebuild year, not just for basketball or any individual sport, but all of their sports. Kind of like you alluded to, that loss of that big senior group of athletes. They're going to be rebuilding for a little while here, but 1-14 on the season. Valley Union boys 5-6, keeping it going.
All right. So, the next team up, I think you have a little bit of a connection with this team.
Oh, really? Is it Buena? Is it Buena? I have some ideas.
Douglas and Bisbee.
I think we
here
got
for
Douglas and
Kevin.
Bisbee
Yes,
first.
okay.
Shoot, where are we getting?
You missed.
We
Yep.
still
There we go.
circling around in the county.
Yeah.
We didn't get back in the
And we got
Sierra.
Cochise College as well, too.
Can't blame that on dyslexia.
So let's look at Douglas and Bisbee as they played the other night. So here you see it right here. Bulldogs are hosting the Bisbee Pumas. Pumas shooting a 3 early here.
That's Luis Ramos.
Yes, sir. Ramos hitting a big 3 right
But
there.
this guy right here, though, Martinez,
got
Went off. Adrian Martinez
That was an and one.
was on fire.
You can see that was the first 3 of the game for Douglas. So
Nice
it's
bucket
still
by
early in the quarter.
Douglas
Gale
is a
and
big-
Cenas with an and one. Bisbee fighting early in this game. In fact, had the lead. But there's Martinez again with his second 3 back to back. Here he is. He's really with a heat check.
He shot
knocks
that right
it
in
down.
front of the bench. Oh, man, that's a dagger. That
Very
hurts.
next possession, boom.
Going back to the well again.
Very next possession, boom, and one.
It's like you got this thing
That's
on
his
repeat.
spot,
That's the
man.
same shot
Man,
from the
seriously,
same spot.
Seriously.
Then he getting a steal on defense. He's making impacts all over the floor.
Absolutely.
That's a nice bucket right there
At
by
that point
Santana.
on, Douglas really took control of this game and never really looked back. That's Felix right there for a 3. You know, he's one of their top 2 players.
Yep.
But as you can see, as you're watching this game, they have players all over the court that could shoot the ball. There's another one.
Delgado, boom, 3-pointer from outside.
That's a name that we should remember from football. Hunter Wright.
On the right, yep. Said the name quite a few times.
Yeah.
So this
Lucky
score,
bounce it in the drive. So as you see the score starts, they start pulling
Yeah.
away. Douglas is pulling away as this game progresses. We're in the second quarter. And that was an and one right there. No body
Boy.
contact.
There's Felix again.
Felix again flying through the lane.
I love that gym though. Man, I've seen 2 gyms that I really like.
You know, Douglas got some
Like
nice
90
facilities.
They
90
really
years
do.
old.
I'll take
They
it.
really do.
I love their football
a-
field, and this is a pretty nice gym they got down here too, man.
So surprisingly, that was a World War II hangar.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay, that explains the shape. Okay.
Yeah, it was a hangar from World War
Well, they
II.
put it to good use.
Oh yeah.
Nice
That's a nice little touch pass in the paint right there.
Yeah, the
Big
seam
fellas
in there.
talking to each other. And now in the third quarter, you see that
Miguel and
Bulldogs
Cenas is a dog.
trying to go up almost 30 here.
Ooh, the no,
No
look.
look
That's
and
a
one.
nice pass and finished by Santana. 3-point attempt from outside. He drains that. Oh, he lucky he got that back. The no-look
Look at
pass,
that.
and Delgado with the
Man.
finish. And that's
Fire.
a steal and
That was
to
a
the
fire
back
pass.
for Felix. And so now you see this game is just, we still in the third, but it's just they're getting further and further ahead.
Boy, are you kidding me? So that score.
So Felix is driving and getting his points, where Martinez got a lot of his from the outside.
And,
Wait.
and that's not even their
Yeah.
best player,
Finished by
or one of their
Maldonado.
best players, Diego Lopez, who averages over 20 points a game, is not even in on some of like these highlights. You know. So Douglas is really looking strong.
Yeah, they cooking. They are cooking. Big 3 from the
Bisbee
outside.
tried
right
to get
there.
hot late.
But at this point, you got a
They're
20-point
shooting
lead.
like that.
The rims
wow.
were wide open this night in Douglas. Cause
So on
Shots are forward.
on Max Preps, they stopped the scoring at 70.
So final score of this game was 88 to 56. So the Douglas Bulldogs take the win. Leading scorers were Ryan Felix had 24 points. And Adrian Martinez had 26 points. So the Bisbee Pumas fall to 5-2. And the Douglas Bulldogs, 10-3.
Bulldogs got something going. Look out. Coach Docto's got those boys going.
Absolutely. They had just won the the Benson Holiday Tournament.
Oh, yeah.
So coming off of that,
and that was a big win because they won that. It was the first time we had a different winner there in a little while. So yeah, they turned the corner, got something special going on down there in Douglas.
Absolutely. Then we also had some games, or at least one game at Cochise College.
I love this.
They took on AZ Soul, which is a post-grad team in the Tucson area. Buena graduate Samuel Criado is on that team. As you can see him running down the court, number 2. But Cochise College was in control of this game from the start and won as they should. These are usually games where the junior college team usually has an advantage over the grad team school, but still they got to go out there and take care of business, and they did.
Dude, I'll tell you, you look at Cochise College and you realize how much talent has been through those doors in the last couple of years. They've got that kid that plays at Purdue right now, and I'm just looking at how this is a recruiting ground. This is kids from Australia. This is kids from Europe. There's some local kids too. But it's showing that Cochise College plays some good basketball. You might want to consider that if you're looking at the next level.
Because they can get you into a position where you can get to that D1 level under the tutelage of their coaching staff, and they know how to find talent. You can play, they're gonna find.
Oh, for sure. I love Coach Carrillo.
That's a fact. Cochise College has been one of the premier junior college teams better part of 10 years now.
Bang, bang.
And a lot of that is because of the ability to recruit. They're out in Douglas, Arizona, which you think that it's not really a hub of where a lot of basketball players would want to go, but it's actually the opposite. You can get international players, you can get players that are so focused on getting to the next level or just playing basketball that they're fine with moving here because their only goal is to play basketball and get away from the distractions anyways, and they've had a lot of success recruiting on that note.
I would absolutely take them up if that was my son or daughter. I would say, Douglas out there.
Yeah.
Sleep, eat, breathe, just live basketball. Go down there to Cochise College.
Yeah.
Well, big things in the
Sierra, we have another Sierra Vista homer on the team. DeAndre Hawthorne.
Oh, right.
He's on the Cochise College roster. Matter of fact, I think he's in the game right now.
Yes, I saw him.
Yeah, he got some playing time.
Nice power step into the lane right there through the
And
contact.
what you see, these are all just freshmen and sophomores for Cochise College. There's nobody.
Yeah, I
more
think
than
it was.
23 with the headband.
Oh, like that tap in.
So you got a little size on it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They've had a bunch of 7-footers at Cochise College.
Yeah, Jerry Carrillo can get the guys that can play. He's good at getting athletes with even D1 level size and athleticism. Another thing about junior college players and teams that people may not realize is that some of these players are Division I level talent, but they don't have the grades or the academics to make them eligible for that level yet. So this junior college could just be a temporary step for them before they go on.
So Apache's getting the win right here.
In Douglas, Arizona.
Yeah. Big win by Cochise as they, keep their winning ways going over AZ Soul. And we'll look forward to seeing what they're going to do the rest of the season as well.
Yeah, I think we'll see a lot of great basketball out of them. All right, Coach, now
we can talk about Buena basketball.
this is what I've been looking forward to, man. I love your Buena team is so much fun to watch. I love watching these highlights.
Yeah, I think so too. we had a couple games this week. We'll start off with the Palo Verde, I believe. It's the first game that we have.
Palo Verde.
As you can see, I didn't really think we played very well throughout this whole game, and we already losing, as you can see on the score there.
Nice three by MJ, though.
MJ, huge.
There
And
you go.
You'll see a lot of young guys playing.
Yeah,
and
came
it's-
in,
these
nice
tournaments,
inside
this is
bucket.
the Aztec Holiday Tournament. So it really gives us an opportunity to play some younger guys and give them the opportunity to help us coaches see what we have and who can do what.
Slowly there by Wombat.
I love this stadium too. This is another one that they've got.
Yeah, it's
by
right at
Eli.
Pima Community College.
Love it. Nice move.
Like to see Big Fella push the ball
Yeah.
a little bit.
Two bigs running the break. I'm not mad at it.
Booker with the steal. And he keeps it.
Yeah, he's
Nice
seen-
finish.
making that decision about a step out.
Uh-huh. So at this point, we came out in the second period. We tied the game up, I think, with that free throw. And we just kind of went on a run and we started playing our more pressure defense, which allowed us to get out and run. And whenever we start playing pressure defense, we have
There we go.
we usually get a
Going
spark.
uptown. Yep, the defense always creates offense for the Colts.
Ricardo draws a foul right there. Steal
Nice
by
job.
Brooks.
I don't think people realize how much space he covers. He plays like a much larger player, number two.
That's
Brooks.
them football instincts kicking
Ricardo,
in.
yeah, exactly. I'm about to say, Kevin, you nailed it. His football instincts coming through.
I think
He didn't get his big points
So,
on the inside. I like to see
when,
guys run the ball
starting
like
to-
that.
wow, they tightened that up pretty quick. It went from
That's a nice drive right there against two defenders, through the contact.
So close game, as we see, we ended up winning by 3. I think they got the last possession of the game. They shot a 3. It was off, but a good challenge for us there too, and you know that was good for us to win that game, especially because we didn't shoot the ball very well. I think when we looked at the numbers, we shot like 30-something% from the field. It was just bad offense.
Shout out to Teddy Fruin. Was that his last game?
It was. He was. And Teddy Fruin is a player that's been big for us this year. He's actually our team captain. You know, he's our energy, our voice in the locker room, our voice for the players and all that. But he is actually moving to America, Samoa, to be closer to his dad and his family over there.
okay.
So that game we just saw was his last game for Buena. So it's kind of a shocking thing. It came out of nowhere. And I mean, he was having a good season too. He's averaging about 10 points a game, and
Wow.
and as a starter, like I said, team captain for the team. So that was his last game. I'm glad that we won it for him, but we had to go forward in the tournament without Teddy, and that's when our next game that we have up was against Gilbert.
The Tigers.
It's another Phoenix area team. I give them all the credit in the world. Their defense was so good, especially in that first half. It was hard for us to get anything going.
Yeah, these guys had a lot of size, and they moved their feet around the perimeter really well, and it did create some difficulties. But what you see Gabe doing right here was kind of the key to unlocking
what a
that.
step through.
He attacked the basket. He came in and really was a good spark for the Colts offense in that game. Nice bucket there by MJ.
I find it really hard to score from him.
This game remained real tight for probably the first 3 quarters, and then in the fourth, we started to see a little bit of momentum shift. Big basket right there by Welker. That's a nice drive and left-handed finish right there. Very
I
nice.
love that.
This actually was a big play for us because JoJo for 3.
Yeah,
We had a drought where we hadn't scored for like 2 minutes there before
Yeah.
he made that shot.
I mean, and there was a lot of times where the shot clock was getting down to, single digits when you guys are still trying to get a shot off. Again, just paying respect to the ability of Gilbert's perimeter defenders to stay in front of the ball.
At this point, this is like under a minute, and we were down 4. I think he made that shot. We're down 1 at this point with about 10 seconds left in the game, and we got this steal.
So Brooks gets it to Thomas. Thomas passes it back to Brooks. He's bringing it up the floor. And he's like, I'm going back to the hot hand. JoJo from way back, off the glass. He did not call it for the bank shot, but the bank was still open. Colts win by 2 Final was 45-47, right, Cole?
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
Coincidentally, we scored 47 in both of our tournament wins back-to-back nights. It's just like that, which is really low scoring, but that's how these tournaments are. We don't have 4 quarters. It's only 2 halves.
Right.
And everything's kind of sped up. So,
It was just tough shooting out there. I mean, it was like the lid was on the rim for a lot of the game. For both teams, the perimeter shooting really wasn't very effective on both sides.
But I'm always happy if we can win a defensive game. I like that, and I feel like that's what can help us in the future.
Those were good teams you were playing against.
Yeah,
those
for
were
sure.
6A
For sure.
teams. That's like,
Punching above your weight.
yeah, that's incredible.
So, yeah, definitely proud of the guys and taking care of business out there for sure.
All right. Well, we would like to thank Prestige Remodeling and Restoration of Sierra Vista, LLC. Prestige has pioneered a visionary approach that empowers exceptional service, reinvigorating fundamental principles of customer-centric service. As a licensed general contractor, including plumbing and electrical, they proudly cater to both commercial and residential needs. Visit them at prestigesierravista.com. Thank you to them. They're excellent people taking care of us.
Wonderful work.
All right. So let's get into other games around town. So I was searching, and there isn't a lot going on. There's a lot of I pulled up
Christmas
Benson.
week.
Yeah, it's Benson.
Yeah.
It's Christmas,
Schools
so
are
there's
out.
like just about zero. There was one game Douglas was playing right now.
And they played yesterday, and they got a win over that NFL.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yet Academy.
let's see. It says that someone's playing right now, but
They are playing now, too.
Oh, they are playing
because
again.
it's a
Okay,
tournament,
so-
so they played yesterday, and they're playing today.
Okay, so really not a lot going on. Things will pick up next week, of course.
After the first of the year.
Yeah.
I know ALA, we're playing in a tournament. As of right now, the ALA boys are 10-1 on the season. They just suffered their first loss of the season versus West Valley Christian, 51-42. So their first loss of the season, but if
They played without CJ Williams. Williams came down a little bit of a little chest issue, a little cold that he had over the week. So CJ Williams didn't play in that game, but the Guardians were able to keep it close even without their big score. So shout out to CJ. We hope you're feeling better soon. Looking forward to seeing you and the Guardians bounce back from that defeat.
I just want to run down a few of those stats for ALA real quick, just for
because
fun.
they're going to be gaudy.
Yeah, CJ Williams, 37.4 points per game. Second, Davion Johnson, 14 points per game. Rebounds per game, 12 for Davion Johnson. That young man is a giant, and we love watching him. Steals per game, 7.4 per game for CJ. And Griff, number 2 on the team with 4 steals per game. They're really, and we're also looking
Griff get
at
in your pockets on defense, man.
He's all over
he
you.
takes on the challenge of playing the best offensive player and really can stay with that guy. He's a very good on-ball defender.
He's the pest. That's the way I look at him. He's the pest. Again, assists per game, we're looking at CJ at 9.3, so he's averaging 37 and 9. That's pretty insane numbers. Field goal shooting percentage, that's not CJ that's leading it. It's Davion with 72%.
That makes sense.
He's taking high
That makes
percentage,
sense.
very
Yeah,
efficient shots.
The most efficient.
Doing what he should be doing. And a lot of focus with that team goes to CJ Williams, and it should because he's that good of a player. But let's not forget Johnson is also leading some stuff, leading some nation categories. I think he at one point last week he was like number 5 in rebounds or in the top 5 in rebounds in the nation. So
109.
yeah, they got some big things going on there with the ALA basketball team. It's great to see the transition the program has made from last year to this year. And in my opinion, I think in their division of the CAA, I think they're a favorite for a state championship. I'm calling it kind of early, but I think that they should be considered as a team that you want to look out for if you're playing in that CAA.
Yeah, you're right on that. CJ Williams also shooting 54% while scoring 37. So that was a pretty impressive situation. Who else we got? Do we want to go
to have
over?
your shots?
I know Benson, we talked a little bit about them. Their boys are 6-4. They just had a big win last week over St. David, which they won 52-38. But I think they have Luke Chapman on their team. He's averaging 12 points a game. And also a familiar name, you guys may have heard this, Dawson Judd.
Yeah.
He's giving you he's averaging a double-double, 10 points and 10 rebounds, also leading the team in assists.
Coach, I was looking at the leaderboard for their conference, and I thought I was looking at the wrong sport.
You were like,
because I kept seeing Dawson Judd again. I'm like, I'm on football. No, it was basketball.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
maybe we should say something else about this because the state. Should we hold off on the awards, the state awards?
It's the players that can do dual sport.
All of those came out, and Dawson Judd was number 1 in the state at 3 positions. He was a punter, defensive back, and quarterback. That is Sammy Boss stuff. I love him.
Maybe we're adding small forward to it as well.
Talk about the smallest forward. That guy's what, 5'10"?
Well, I'm just saying he's getting 10 rebounds a game.
He is. I mean, can he dunk? I wouldn't be surprised.
Right? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
A bigger even story for Benson, I think, is their girls team this year. They're 9-2. 9-2, and they won the girls bracket of the Benson Holiday Tournament. So they took care of business at the tournament that they hosted.
After losing that senior powerhouse scorer.
Katie Taylor.
Oh,
But she has a sister.
Points.
That's right.
Her sister's there. I've looked on, none of their stats are uploaded because I was anxious to see with this 9-2 team, who's leading the team in scoring and rebounds and stuff like that. I don't have anything. We're just going to have to check them out on a game here pretty quick to see the Benson girls.
Sounds like
action.
Benson, we will be coming up there soon to get some live broadcast from one of your games.
Definitely.
We want to see this Bobcat team ball out.
Sure.
They don't have any stats recorded in this, but it does, it does say they won their game 48-33 over Valley Union. That was the girls' team. So, yeah, good players across the board on those teams.
Also, Bisbee, the Bisbee boys are now 6-3. They just lost that game at Douglas that we just talked about. But since then, they went to Tombstone and won that game. Big win there. So they go to 6-3. They're still looking good for this season. The loss at Douglas isn't that bad. Bisbee's a 2A team. Douglas is 4A. So that's reaching for them. But still able to compete. The girls, another girls team in Cochise County that's looking good. Girls are 5-1. They also had a big win at Tombstone last week. Also I'll give some shout out to Douglas. We just saw their highlight. They looked really good. Right?
Douglas looks like a powerhouse.
They look really good.
I think they're another
10-3?
team that are good.
They're 10-3.
10-3. They rolling right
They're
now.
10-3
from the perimeter.
They
very well.
At this point today, they might be 11-3 because they're playing today in a tournament
right
up there.
now.
But they were 10-3. Diego Lopez, who wasn't even on that highlight of the last game that we showed, but he averages 22 points a game, and he's kind of the driving force for them. Ryan Felix as well. Them two is kind of like a 1-2 punch that's difficult for anybody to deal with. But then when you put in that shooting of Martinez, he hit 7 threes in the last game, maybe 8. I know on the highlight we heard our guy Julian covering it saying that's the 7-3. So I don't know if he made another one after that, but that type of shooting is big.
I'm surprised Julian didn't say he shoots like me.
It's coming from my record. Also, the girls at Douglas, they're looking good as well. They're 6-2. And really
Cochise
doing
County
a good
starting
job.
out strong on the basketball court.
Absolutely.
I love to hear it.
And then we're also looking at some of the baseball teams. We've had covered 2 baseball games so far. So the little girls softball. Yep. And so every sport is kind of
Soccer.
Oh, soccer. That's the other one.
Buena girls soccer.
Yep, that's the real deal.
Is looking like one of the best teams in the state. They're saying that they're probably gonna. They're the favorite to even win the Open.
Wow. The Open 6A.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
4A to 6A, but yeah.
Wow.
Yes. So we don't know how that, a lot of soccer matches to be played. There's still a long way to go. But obviously, the Buena soccer girls are undefeated, and it doesn't look like every game they're winning like 6-7. 0, 8, 9 to 0.
job, guys.
I can tell. I'm the only one that doesn't work with children. Apparently,
You don't have to work with
all
children.
of this goes over. I don't watch
going on in
TV.
college basketball games.
I don't watch TV. I'm sorry, everybody. I live in a bomb shelter. I live underground, and the only
Get out of
news
that
I
concrete
get,
shell once in a while.
only news I ever get is from Cool FM. So I just want to say. This is how.
Well,
this is how
Cool
life.
FM's gonna have to do a story on 6-7,
Or not.
and get the community's input.
Investigative reporting coming at you.
All right. So, well, we got an interview that.
Yes, time for our Player of the Week.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, player of
Let's
the
get
week.
into our Physical Balance Center Player of the Week.
Mr. Jovani Borbon in the house.
Oh yeah,
Coming in from Christmas break and going to come talk to us about some exciting news that he will share, and you guys will have the privilege to see and hear all the exciting news for his next step in his career. And everybody would have said it would have been over, but I think it's just starting, so we'll see what happens after we have that discussion with him. So let's lead into that interview. Good afternoon. Welcome back to another exciting episode, Christmas edition, Christmas vacation edition of Cool FM Sports Show here with my sidekick, Kevin Lassiter. We've got the whole crew in the area, but we just want to have a very, very special guest here. Welcome home, Jovani Borbon.
Yeah, thank you.
Way to come back and see us and always come home for the holidays. We're glad that you could make it because we have some very exciting news to be discussing here in the next few minutes with you. And, we wanted to make sure that you got the word out and letting everybody know what's next on the docket for you. So, how has the journey been? You've been to several places. How's it been for your overall college career?
We've spoken before, but I think people that know football, I think people say that the journey's interesting, and some people may judge certain moves or pivots I've made, but I will say every move in my journey was calculated, from switching from quarterback to long snapper and having to go junior college to a PWO at SMU and not getting playing time, and then ultimately ending up at McNeese where my punter and I were both All-Americans, and then choosing to leave McNeese and go up, which created not only exposure, but gave me, a bigger field and more connections to work with at the next. So when I look at the journey, I tell people it's calculated pivots. I use, and it wasn't based off of I was upset at certain places, but, I was trying to make the best move and decision for myself. And what got me on the field, where was I playing the most, and how can I display my talent the best in any position, so yeah. It's been good though. It's been crazy.
So you would venture to say that the transfer portal was a benefit?
Helped me out, 100%.
Big time, huh?
NIL and the transfer portal. It's people go back and forth with questions on it, but it's helped me, and I'm thankful for it.
So I would say tell our audience, because not everybody may not have seen, kind of what you've put out there.
Yeah.
I know I saw your social media posts, but just, on camera, tell everybody what your next move is going to be, so everybody kind of is there in time and space with what you're getting ready to do.
So the declaring for the draft is ultimately the big news, but when your eligibility runs up, you kind of already declare.
Okay.
So the posting it is more a PR help for me, and speaking with different agents and people, it allows me to get my name more out there and push it out. So, yeah, a couple weeks ago I was writing some stuff up, and just came to the conclusion it's not time for me to hang up my cleats at all. I believe in myself. My coaches believe in me, and driving to Sierra Vista this time, coming down to see my family was a reality. I am thankful, but I'm coming down here with a different purpose of I'm playing football at the next level.
Right.
Rather, and the NFL is of course the dream, but a lot of these guys go to UFL and do 2 years there and get great film and have awesome years, and then get their foot in the door in the NFL. And that's all I've needed, just an opportunity to get my foot in somewhere. And that's the hardest thing as a snapper and a specialist, is getting your foot in the door.
Right.
Wherever you at, a lot of us don't get drafted. I'm waiting for a tryout, or I'm waiting for ultimately somebody to make a mistake and then say, let's give, so yeah, but declaring for the 2026 draft, and taking it from there, seeing where to train at, and just day by day, it's something new every day. It's a new phone call. It's a new plan of what to do, and just I got to gain some weight. So that's my thing.
There you go. So, Jovani, you have had, that transition going from QB long snapper, and now that there's another announcement. You can talk more about it, but with being PFF All-American and how that came about. And congratulations, by the way, to that as well. I mean, just seeing the accolades just stack up one after another for you has to be a beneficiary to getting not only you doing your PR stuff, but you getting that word out of
completely
of what you can bring to the table on a daily basis.
Yeah, 100%. I knew coming into week 5, and of course having the season we had, I look at it like everything happens for a reason. We punted 70 times, and I think that helped me out. I was constantly on the field, getting as much film and we were week 6, and I was looking, and I knew I was having a good season. Not trying to compare myself, but ultimately at the end of the year when the PFF stuff came out, they were saying, Jovani, you're on top of the group of 5 schools, and I'm like, okay, that's comparing it to the MAC, and my coach hit me back and said, I think you're on the first team, like All-American, and I'm looking at the list, and you're talking like Heisman finalists, and then all the way at the bottom is me. I'm like, dang, like, it was cool. And some people have mixed opinions on PFF, and as it's a lot of data that goes into it, it's really a consistency, nomination and award. A lot of those snappers at other schools snap it faster than me, but I was the most consistent in the country, and them publishing and putting that out there did help me out a lot. It's a lot of phone calls with different agents, and reaching it helped me out. So I do appreciate that award and accolade for sure.
Sure. So also you this past season, transferring to UMass, I saw a very special moment that your coaches shared on social media. You were special teams captain.
Yeah, something I've worked for and I've wanted for a long time. When I come back to Sierra Vista, and a lot of these kids, I was at the Hampton Field this morning. And one of the quarterbacks at Bueno, I was just throwing around with them and giving them some tips because I still know the offense like the back of my hand.
Of course.
But that's what I enjoy. Those little moments of what's been the coolest of playing against Iowa and Mizzou and in front of 100,000 and all that stuff's fun. But the captain stuff is the captain accolade and your teammates trusting you and coming back here and telling the youth about those experiences, what I take pride in. And it was a player vote, and like I said, everything happens for a reason. It was a new coaching staff, so everyone was on a clean slate. Coach Arsemiak, head coach, said everyone's on a clean slate January 1st of this past year, and said, come August we'll decide captains. And that was a very special moment for me, and I wore the C on my chest as best as I could. And the hard times throughout the year, I was trying to motivate the freshmen and guys that I seen that were in my position that are, working their tail off and maybe not getting the result that they wanted or going through position changes. And I'm 24 years old now, and I was looking at an 18-year-old kid that just left high school and making it. So, captain was awesome for me. I love that. I love the leadership role. I love to speak, and lead as best as I can. So that was a great moment for me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what sticks out most through your college career? What moment or what highlight would you? Is there one to hang on for sure? Or?
I mean, we played A&M at McNeese. 100,000 was pretty cool. But I think going back to the captain decision and ultimately just the time with the guys. Long snapping the position doesn't change. Mm-hmm. I always joke around with the guys and say a long snapper at Alabama is the same long snapper at UMass. Mm-hmm. The position doesn't change. Maybe the snapper's better, but the position is the same for me. So my practices are 20 minutes long, and then I'm hanging out with the specs, and we're kicking, and they're snapping, and they're punting. And so I think those moments I started to enjoy as I gotten older. Mm-hmm. I really tried to hone in on just being where my feet were, and I was sitting at practice. I mean, we're 0-7 at this point, and I'm sitting at practice trying to stay positive and be where my feet are, knowing that I'm having a good year and knowing maybe accolades could become, and just trying to, like I said, just be where my feet are, and no one knows a snapper till there's a mistake. So just trying not to make a mistake.
Right.
So that's
True.
really,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
something special that happens to see that happen. So, Coach.
So, first off, man, I think your story is amazing. You talked about the several pivots that you made, not just you know, the positional pivot is a big one.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're talking to our young athletes, a lot of people get stuck in the mode of this is what I play and I only play this.
Yeah.
But I think you're a walking, talking, living, breathing testament to be a football player.
Exactly.
Be a good athlete,
Yeah.
and maybe other skill sets can develop. But
100%.
with all that being said, kind of what move of all those ones that you just talked about you think was the most crucial to kind of get you to this place where you have the options you
Leaving was, and you know, I could have, I wasn't pushed out, but I could have stayed and enjoyed my time there, and deciding to leave and go down a level, FCS, and then bounce back up.
Right.
I was the biggest, like, you know, those decisions for these young athletes are scary. Changing positions, drop down a level, and trying to get back up. And when I look back at it now, I did it with no fear. You know, I went for it and trusted myself. From junior college to going to SMU and then going back down to where your facilities are not as nice.
Right.
Your NIL's nothing. You're eating at the dining halls, and then you go back up, and I've seen it all, and it's
Right.
weird. But to go to your question, leaving SMU and dropping down a level, going to McNeese, starting my master's degree, becoming an All-American, and bouncing back up to where ultimately I landed at UMass was a big step for me, and proving myself, you know, that I can play against this type of competition, or I can play against Mizzou and Iowa and the Temple and these Big Max teams that were doing well. So, yeah.
So to follow that up, you know, you talked about people not knowing the long snapper normally
Yeah.
until he makes a mistake,
Yeah.
right? So if you could, you know, kind of be Nostradamus with your crystal ball, what place do you think you would have, if you had your pick of where you wanted to go and try to get an opportunity, what NFL franchise maybe would you look at?
Being just biased about close to home, I think the Cardinals would be cool.
Okay.
If people like you guys could come to the game, and I would be dishing out tickets every week. But I grew up I grew up a Saints fan.
Pro football
Okay.
coverage.
So yeah, but like I said, I grew up a Saints fan. I was a big Drew Brees. Yeah, I wore 32 in junior college because of Tyrann Mathieu.
Okay.
So I loved a smaller quarterback type thing. But yeah, Arizona is a place where I would love to have a tryout. I know it would be packed with family and friends every game, and it would be cool to drive back and see my mom every other month or so. So
Right.
yeah, that would be cool.
Okay. Well, wishing you the best of luck, definitely.
man.
You know, it's a grind, but you sound like you got your head on straight. And your decision-making ability, if you look at the record of it, it looks very, very sound.
So you have you said you were talking about your master's degree and working on that at McNeese, and you know you went into UMass. Did you finish everything up?
Yeah, so I just finished last week. Finished my
Congratulations.
master's in business analytics.
There we go.
Awesome.
Congratulations on that.
Finished that.
Jovani's sitting here with a double degree ready to go.
Yeah.
So even if that opportunity doesn't present itself, which we know, I think we have a good chance of seeing it happen. But I know you're going to have a good plan in place. But I think that we're about to see some history. You know, we're going to push for you however we need to, and you and I've had that discussion of the next 6 to 7 months is going to be a blur.
Yeah.
You know, you talked about, you know, what do you think is going to happen before the draft? Are you going to be going, like you talked about, going to Florida possibly?
Yeah, so
Doing some training or something?
a lot of these draft guys, they either go to Arizona, Florida, California, somewhere warm, and a lot of the specialists are everywhere. They'll go to camps or they'll go to this pre-draft stuff. And I spoke to a couple agents last week and one a couple days ago, and you know, really good connection I have, and he was giving me some insight about don't force an agent yet. You know, as a long snapper, he said you've gotten this far without an agent. You've kind of done it for yourself without someone representing you. You know, you really don't have to force that per se. Where my mind's at right now is, like I said, I have a call in about 20 minutes with Exos, which is a training facility that they have a bunch. They have Phoenix, Georgia, they have a couple of them. And they take a certain amount of draft guys every year. And I think I'm one of the snappers they want to take, and the training facilities in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay.
And there's one here in Arizona, but if I'm gonna be honest, I like the real secluded, no distraction type of thing. I'm in Grand Rapids. I've never been there, and
Right.
I don't know anyone there. I won't have a car.
All you gotta do is focus on work.
Yeah, I have 8 weeks. It's an 8-week program, 8.5 or 9 weeks, and it's just a straight grind. It's me putting on 10 to 15 pounds. I got to weigh in at like 223 on my pro day on end of March, and it's day in, day out football, workout, run, snap, workout, run, snap, sleep, 40 bench press. You're doing the cone drills. You're eating right. They supply you with everything. I mean, it's housing, it's transportation, it's food, supplements, training, position coach. So trying to sort that stuff all out, and then feel confident about that, and then ultimately get back to UMass 2 weeks before pro day, perform the best as I can, and then try to get into some other. I spoke to SMU about maybe doing my pro day there as well, be a bit more scout, so it would help me out a little bit. My punter went to A&M, and he's trying to get his he's trying to get another year of eligibility. If he doesn't get it, he'll declare for the draft as well. First team all conference punter. I mean, he tore it up. He might do his pro day at A&M, and he's like, I can bring a snapper, so that would help me out a little bit. We're talking about 100 scouts at Texas A&M. Yeah, just trying to
Good stuff, man.
trying to just do it.
It
And
sounds like you got a great plan, and,
Yeah.
and you're moving in the right direction, like Coach Lassiter said.
Exactly.
So, we're so happy to hear all this exciting news for you, Jovani.
Thank
We always love having you back here, talking to us about your next steps and all your accomplishments. It just keeps going up the ladder, and we want to see that continue. Any plans for a draft party in Arizona? Where do you think?
yeah, we'll see once
Not sure
some
what
stuff
you're gonna
gets
do
more
yet.
serious. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell my mom, my sister to plan something. Yeah, maybe do some stuff at the house, but yeah, just keep it.
If we get that all set up, we'd love to see. We can try and go live for you at your house
Yeah.
or something. And
Something to do with anything, including service. I'm really appreciative. All you guys have done this for me and supported me since I was, a 14-year-old freshman. And I sent that text to you about a week ago and just said, a lot of these people that have supported me have been there since I was young. And I never forget that, coming from a small town. And I went to Walter J. Elementary in Tombstone, and we had 100 kids, and we had 7 kids in my 8th grade class. So I'm really thankful for everyone around here in the town, and I have a new kid at Bueno or someone in the community that wants to be a long snapper now, and that's what's cool to me,
Building a legacy.
And
That's great, man.
we didn't even know this in long snappers when we were. I mean, maybe, but I didn't. It wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
And I got kids. I want to learn how to long snap. While you're in town, can you show me how to long snap? I'll pay you. And I'm like, one, you're not paying me, because I would have never. I would have wished
Right.
I had that when I was young.
Sure.
Any kid that wants a long snap, or any place I'm at, I'll have random kids message me, and I'll do virtual stuff or send them film. I think that's why I do it, and that's why I enjoy it. At the point I'm at now, I don't really. That's what makes me happy.
sure. So, one more thing before we get things wrapped up. You saw the decision for your former head coach
Yeah.
to take a different step and go in a different direction for
Yeah.
his career. How do you feel? Have you had a chance to talk with Coach Thomas?
Yeah. So, we're real close.
Yeah.
We were talking weeks and weeks before stuff was happening. And I think it's funny because the announcements kind of came out at the same time, and all my old friends were, I knew Coach Thomas loved you. Of course, it was a coincidence. You guys did the same thing in the same week. So,
Yeah.
no, but Coach Thomas and I told him, change is good. And as much as he was tied into Buena and he's done everything for that school, and I mean, from taking it to where we were to what it is now with continuous playoff appearances and trying to build and, working with kids that maybe aren't as big as the ones in Phoenix and still competing.
Right.
I think he deserves a change and a little bit of opportunity, to show maybe he can do the same here at another school, and eventually maybe it'll just continue to rise for him. I'm happy for him. I was texting him the other day about going to do some bench. I asked him if he had a bench in his house, and he's like, yeah, come over and work out. So I'm happy for him. He's always supported me. I think he said it on the show a couple of days ago. I've known Coach Thomas since I was in 3rd grade. You know,
He did say that.
Yeah.
To Jeff, I remember.
He gave me, I don't know if he ever wanted me to tell people this, but he gave me a passing tree when I was like in 7th grade. It was like, learn this before you get to high school, and here you go. And he's one of those first coaches that trusted me and believed in me and said, you know what, if you could do it, if you put your mind to it, regardless of your height and weight, you know, I believe you can do it. And he was one of those first people. I was a 14-year-old kid as a varsity quarterback for an 0-10 team, and he was instilling belief in me to, let's go. And so I'm happy for him, of course. Yeah, elongated, but I'm happy for him, and yeah, I'll speak to him after.
They say good coaches, they coach you for life, and that sounds like you made a
Exactly.
lifelong connection with your coach.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's a
Yeah,
good point.
for sure.
I love that.
You know, seeing all the accomplishments, second longest tenured coach in Wayne history, and all the kids that have come out of here and made it to the next level, including yourself.
Yeah.
You know, lots of good things to look back on, and what the groundwork is laid, you know, for Coach Thomas and anybody else that's going to be taking on that task of coming in to be the new head coach. So
Teaching those boys how to be men as well.
Yeah.
You know, on and off the field. That's what I appreciated leaving high school and going to college was we learned how to be, you know, responsible and have integrity at Buena. You know, getting to college, and he was big on that. You know, I'm thankful for him. And I'm happy for him.
yeah, that's good.
So
And just go back to one thing, the highlight I can remember from your high school career to me was your Iowa Ridge game your senior year.
oh yeah,
That was some fun
Yeah.
things to see. Just seeing you playing both sides of the ball.
I love
when
playing.
we needed you to do it, and stepping up at safety for that game, and,
Yeah.
and getting 2 picks and 1 pick to the house. And
yeah.
I mean, it was just an incredible accomplishment for you, and I know you were fired up.
I still pride on those moments to this day. You know, I consider myself an athlete, and that's what's going to help me. You know, I'm not. I'm a long snapper. Deep down, I'm an athlete, and I spoke to, you know, these agents, and that's what is going to help me ultimately. Bench pressing 225 for 20, running a 4.7, doing the cone drill faster than any snapper in the country. That's what's going to be my ticket.
So have you standing out?
I can be consistent. PFF proves it. I can snap a straight ball every single time. Some of these snappers may snap faster than me, or have a tighter spiral, or hit perfect laces on PAT every time. If I can do that, half as good, but prove I'm stronger, faster, more elusive, I can cover, and I can block. Okay, there it is. Maybe a chance is given, you know. And that's it. I pride on being an athlete. I don't want to let that go. I was kind of scared when I was talking to a nutritionist yesterday about the weight gain. I don't want to lose the speed. You know, I think that's what sets me apart is the speed and being able to get down the field and make tackles, you know. Some of these long snappers are ex-linebackers or tight ends now. So it's not so much in the league where you have an old lineman that just knows how to, a big guy that's just sitting there in the gap. You know, you see that Colts long snapper and some of these guys in the NFL now, these dudes are huge.
And it's ironic we talking to you as a snapper because I've kind of been noticing during football games lately,
Yeah.
I see the snapper get the ball off, and I'm looking, like, especially on punts, and I'm looking, I'm seeing he's one of the first guys down that field.
Exactly.
You know, so that shows you the evolution of the position
Yep.
and the athleticism that it calls for.
Yep. Because that guy was probably a linebacker in high school or college and made the transition, and now he'll snap in the NFL for 20 years, make $1 million a year, never get hit. You know, so
And that's about to be you, man.
That's about to be,
you.
Yeah.
We want to hear about that in 20 years
Yeah.
from now, and coming back and reflecting, and
yeah.
you getting inducted into the Canton or something.
Yeah,
for what
yeah.
you've done. And so, any last words for our audience before we wrap things up, Jovani? Just
I think I touched on it just about being, you know, grateful for you guys here and everyone in the community. The Facebook posts, and I try to get back to as much people as I can. You know, people that take time to write about my story and congratulate me. I was sitting in my bed the other day and I was just going through every Facebook post and comments and thank you on them. Because, you know, some of these people I've never met.
Right.
And they've seen, I've watched you since you were 15 and I'm happy for you. You know, and I've never met them. Or someone that says, can I send you some money to get me a UMass shirt? And my suitcase barely fit coming back here because I was bringing so much stuff back. Because I just,
see, that's what
you
it's
know,
all
I'm
about
thankful
right
for
there.
it, and I appreciate all the support. And and want to just keep going as far as I can. Show these kids, it doesn't matter where you're from or, where you were raised or how you were raised or what town you're in. We don't got to go to Chandler or Hamilton, or we don't need to be in this real fancy, I'm from here. My family's from here, it's possible. So, yes,
Thank you very much, Jovani, for being on the show again.
It's been great talking to you, man.
Had a good time, and thank you again. We'll have Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll keep you updated on what's going on with this amazing young man and his progress.
The news will be coming as we hear anything breaking for this young man in
keep
the coming
you guys
months.
posted. Sweet.
So thanks again, Jovani, for being here.
I'll let you guys know. I'm sure I'll see you again before I'm heading out. But thank you.
Sure, man.
Yep.
Thank you again, and that's been Player of the Week with Jovani Borbon.
This week's Player of the Week was brought to you by Fyzical Balance Center. At Fyzical Balance Center, it's much more than your typical physical therapy clinic. At Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, they focus on improving your quality of life by using a holistic, whole-body approach to connect your diagnosis with a customized plan of care. Opened by Dr. Tap Duong of Tap Into Wellness. Love your life with Dr. Tap at Fyzical Balance Center in Sierra Vista. Now let's check out the Prestige Remodeling local sports news brought to you by John.
All right, so we've got the local sports news. All right, so we've got a little bit of news. Now, maybe I should say a lot of bit of news.
It was big.
Yeah, so locally, the biggest school in town is Buena High School 5A, and Coach Thomas is moving on to Casa Grande, another large school north of us. And we're going to miss the snot out of Coach Thomas. Man, we love him so much. Now let's talk about this. What happened here?
So, everybody's going to hear it. If you haven't seen the interview already, go to Cool FM Live with Jeff Davenport, Coach's Corner. I had a great segment with Coach Thomas. Coach Thomas has been here for 11 years, 54-54 record. Started out 0-21. There's so much to talk about and what he's done since coming in from Tombstone to Buena and just getting Buena reestablished and on the map and a force to be reckoned with, I would say. And it's in good shape. We're going to miss the guy like crazy. A lot of us have a lifetime bond with him, that have been either part of the staff or just knowing him by, talking to him through Cool FM. But I think there's parts of this he says that in the interview that he's going to be closer to his family, his littler kids.
Yeah.
He wants to be near them, so he sees an opportunity of change and wants to get into a different program. So he goes to Casa Grande, one of our rivals.
I was just gonna say, oh god.
So we are, like I said before, our hats off to Coach Thomas. Thank you so much for all your support for the 11 years you gave us and what you've done for this program. There's endless things going on from his program that we just had a young man that was talked to in our interview that was Coach Thomas' kid, and he's looking at the NFL within the next 6 months. We could see this kid be doing some huge things in August and starting, or even in the UFL. So wherever he lands, I think he's going to do some huge things, and it's going to be making us more proud as a small community that we are.
I think he's going to be in the NFL, and I don't think there's.
Yeah, we all push for it. We all want to push for it. So you guys keep an eye out for and watch and follow that young man, Jovani Borbon. You'll see his name for a long time coming here the next.
But like we're saying, with Coach Thomas, off to Casa Grande, we're going to miss you a bunch. All right, next segment now for
Buzzer beater.
The buzzer beaters. All right, Jared, are you ready to rock and roll? Take a deep breath.
Get ready to go. College football.
Stuff going on in college football.
Man, college football, we had the first round of the college football playoff. Are we going yet?
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to
well, I saw the number. Just go.
So here we go with the first round of college football playoffs. We had a huge game with James Madison coming back late, but the Oregon Ducks were powerhouses in that game, came out in front 51-34. Alabama comes back with 34 unanswered points against the Sooners coach. I'm sorry. was a great game. I thought they had that in hand, but the Alabama
We were
Crimson
up
Tide move
17-0.
on. So Ole Miss comes in to Tulane, which Tulane I don't think should even been close to the playoffs, but here we go. They were there. Ole Miss smokes them 41-10, and the shock of the week was Texas A&M and Miami. Here come the Hurricanes again.
Oh, boy.
10-3, puts them out of the playoffs. So we have the next eight group. The upset I'm calling for this one is going to be Miami over Ohio State.
Dude.
I think it's going to happen. I think the Hurricanes are just going to keep on rolling with that defense.
That defensive end, Bane.
That's all you need, though.
That defensive end, Bane, they say he's got terribly short arms, short neck. He's like, I don't know, he might be 6'2", they're saying, but he's an animal.
Yeah.
He's like John
Size of a
Randall.
dog in a fight.
Oh, dude, well, so like Aaron Donald, like
Size of a
John.
fight in the dog.
Well, he's the fightiest dog there is.
You guys have any upset watches for the next round of the playoffs?
At this point, there's not really upsets. These are good teams that are left in the whole thing. So the Miami Ohio State is the upset of the night, if you're going to call that, because I think Ohio State looks like the better team to possibly win this whole thing.
We've only got 5 minutes before we got to go.
I
So
would say Indiana. Alabama over Indiana.
oh, that's I was going to say the same
Yes.
thing.
Yeah,
Yes,
that one could be one too.
I guess that's an upset, but
Yeah, it's a
a huge upset.
nine versus one. So.
yeah.
All right, Coach Dennis, are you ready to rock and roll?
Yes, I'm going to do NBA buzzer beater. Last week, Julian did the NBA news. I'm going to be specific on one topic, and this is tanking. You all know what tanking is, right?
That's so sad.
Tanking is,
I
for
hate
those
it.
that don't know, is whenever you lose or at least not try to win very hard so that you can improve your draft stock. Well, the NFL and the NBA owners are trying to rectify that and see how we can fix the problem. So they've been meeting on how they're going to prevent all this tanking, and the things that they're going to look into doing for next year and into the future is no more back-to-back top 4 picks. So if you're a team that's in the lottery one year, the very next year you cannot get a top 4 pick, no matter how bad your record is. The other thing is they're doing is locking where your lottery position is on March 1st. So a lot of that losing on purpose usually happens the last 2 weeks of the season. They're saying by then it would already be locked in or whatever. My take is it's not that big of a deal anyway, because it's already a lottery. It's not instantly if you have the worst record, you get the first pick. Do you know in the last 10 years, only 2 teams that have the worst record have gotten the first pick in the last 10 years? Yeah. Ben Simmons, Philly, Phoenix had DeAndre Ayton.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't
Both
trust
of those guys
I don't
no longer
trust
with the team.
The NBA draft lottery. I just
Oh, you don't?
know.
Neither do I.
don't
Dude,
trust it.
neither do I.
But what could they do
Draft
to make
wheel.
you trust it?
The draft wheel. Have you heard
Honestly,
this?
nothing.
Nothing, right?
Because I just know what they got now. I definitely don't trust it. I don't think there's anything they could do with it. I mean, if you made it record-based like the NFL with this new rule that will, lock your position
Yeah.
in, that's probably the best they can do. But that whole thing with the draft and the balls,
I don't like the lottery.
man, pack that up. Throw that out of here.
No, just go like the NFL. Worst records, first through whatever.
What they do is a draft wheel. So you get so the first team is also so there's all the slots on the wheel, and then you get the first pick. Say the worst team gets the first pick. They don't get the second pick until that
Everybody
wheel.
else is
Yeah,
hurt.
everybody
Oh.
else gets it. So there's a whole cycle. You know exactly what you're going to pick each year. Anyway, so let's move on. I don't want to talk about the NBA. I'm okay, but who's up next? This is
Yeah,
Kevin.
I'm gonna get you with your NFL news. All right, so here we go. My buzzer beater. So the playoff picture is shaping up. The Eagles and the Bills have both secured number 2 seeds in the AFC and NFC respectively, and so they're locked in. Meanwhile, my Baltimore Ravens are facing uncertainty. Lamar Jackson went down with a back injury late in the game the other night, and so Coach Harbaugh is also worried about his job security. He's on the hot seat. In other news, the Kansas City Chiefs have signed a quarterback, Shane Buechele, after Gardner Minshew went down. Remember, he went down the
Brutal.
week after Patrick Mahomes went down. So are they looking to bolster their roster? The AFC playoff race is very tight. The Steelers making a strong push for the wild card spot or going in as a division leader after a big controversial win against the Detroit Lions last week. So we're heading into the last 2 weeks of the regular season. Everybody's battling fiercely, and these Week 18 matchups are going to be a big influencer to the playoff position.
Good job. All right. You burned right through that. I love it.
Hope I didn't talk too fast and y'all understood me.
Shane Bichelle, yep, they did pull him off the Bills. He will come in and be terrible.
So what's Cam Newton's not an option?
I feel some kind of way. So
Cam Newton was acting like he was offended by Phillip Rivers. So I'm wondering. I thought maybe somebody would give him a call.
So Cam Newton's whole thing is, I watched his interview with Jamel Hill. He said he's willing to play if he gets a chance to compete. Mm-hmm. Well, at this point, who would you compete with? So why didn't they call him?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Yeah,
he's in shape. I mean, I think at this point they don't want him to play anymore.
Well,
all right.
When they called Phillip Rivers in.
So mine is, here we go. So I'd like to talk about something more local. We've got the Smashers On golf tournament that happened this last weekend. It's a golf tournament it's a golf showdown that happens at the driving range at the Sierra Vista Golf Center. Now, first place, second, and third places were given out. So John Fallis, first place, and Amar Amin, first place winners. Ty Adams, J.P. Bailey, second place winners.
Shout out to Ty Adams. I know him. I coached him. He played for the Tombstone baseball and basketball.
Well, then you see why. So, athlete. And then Ted Martins and Ray Melling. So all of these people entered. It cost them nothing. I want to invite all of you that are watching, and all of you guys out to the Sierra Vista. The Sierra Vista Golf Center for the new Smashers On golf show at 5 p.m. on Tuesdays every January. So come out, it's free, and you can win money. It's a ton of fun. Please come out.
So every Tuesday in January?
Every Tuesday in January, and it's gonna go business versus business. So if you want to advertise your business versus, let's say, I don't know,
get a
Prestige.
cool FM team.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. We gotta have them.
So if we go and play, y'all should come out, and here's why. Because I golf like Charles Barkley. Our swing looks like Chuck. So if you want to get your laugh on, you might want to show up when I'm out there.
I'm just as bad. So that was my segment.
Good job.
Thank you. Well,
let's get into sports trivia.
Let's do this.
So where we're gonna write our answers? Just tear a piece of this. Just tear a piece off.
All right, no Google, guys. Here we go, stump the chump.
Let's see. First question. In the NFL, name the two starting quarterbacks who won Super Bowls with two different franchises. Bonus, optional, +1 for all franchises, -1 if you miss. Two starting quarterbacks who won with different teams. Well,
No one for sure. I'm trying to think of the second one. It should not be that hard.
dang, I know. Why am I having such a hard time with this?
It's not hard.
I know. Oh, I know. Yeah.
It's actually too easy this time, but I'm not going to complain because he'll
Finally.
Bonus if it's too
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to go
What
for
was
the
the bonus part?
1 point for every. There's
Franchise.
4 of them.
for the franchises.
Oh.
1 point if you get all
yeah.
4, -1 point if you get 3 in this one.
Got it.
Everybody, don't show the answer.
Locked in. Final answer.
You say it's 4.
No, it's two.
it's
Two,
two.
but 4 franchises.
Oh, okay, I got that. Yep.
Okay. I'm ready.
What you guys got?
John?
Tom Brady, Tampa Bay and New England. Peyton Manning, Denver and Indy.
That was all of us.
Same.
All
Same.
of us got that.
Everybody
Across
got
the
it.
board. Hey, put me on the board. I told you I was getting on the board.
You got points.
All right.
All right.
There we
Hey,
go.
everybody got the franchises too.
You
right?
know, that
Yep,
isn't
look,
that easy of
New
a
England,
question.
TB, Indiana.
We are really smart.
I think Dan turned the difficulty down for the
Yeah, he
question.
did.
No, that,
It's
I'll
just
be
Start
honest.
us out with a good.
That's
There's
not
too many
that
red
easy.
X's
Comes the one
on
that's
Right.
going to be the Olympics in 1920.
We can't have our sports guys looking like they don't know sports.
Yeah.
We're all football guys.
We got too
know
many
this
red
stuff.
X's out there.
You stop giving us field hockey questions.
What's up next?
Who won table tennis at the 1988 Olympics in Seoul, Korea?
Exactly. Pan Am
And
game.
for the bonus, what was the name of their spouse?
Do we
19
have another trivia question?
We do. Give me just a second.
Oh.
Updating your scores.
All right, updating scores. We'll see. I think Jared gets to 50%. Coach
Well,
Lassiter.
no, because this one was worth 4, so he's going to be at 5 and 2.
Oh my gosh. And we got people doing math. There's like 7 monkeys in the corner that are all typing on calculators.
Over there.
People think you're smart. You want them to continue thinking that you're smart? Don't do math in public.
That's a good rule. That's a good
That's a
rule.
good one, Kim.
I was always the kid that would do it all in my head.
I've always heard
I didn't get. Okay.
it's
there we
better
go.
be quiet and have people think you're dumb.
NBA.
Open your mouth and remove
Who is the
all
only
doubt.
player to win Sixth Man of the Year and later, in a later year, win league MVP? +1 for each correct year, minus for wrong years. That's the optional points. Okay. Sixth man and MVP. Sixth man.
I don't know the year, but I think I know the player. Probably wrong, though.
Who else? I just know of one. Anybody? Is everybody answers in? Jared's writing a paragraph, so I'm guessing he's wrong.
Yeah, that's I might have one of them.
I only
Wait,
know
did
one.
they say there's more than one?
I think there might be more than one, but I've only got one.
What was the? Can I get the question again? You could just read it, or
Who's the only player to win the Sixth Man of the Year and in a later year win MVP?
got it.
Oh yeah. Well, my guess was Bob Cousy for the.
What year?
Oh, I'm not going to guess that because it would be
Long before any
negative
of us was
points.
born.
I don't want any negative points on that.
Oh, you get negative if you try.
I said mine.
Man, let me erase my years.
You
I'm not
can
going
do
to
it.
try for the year.
Nope.
You should only.
All right,
that's a
Jared.
bonus, you shouldn't get point taken away if you get it wrong.
What's your question? What's your answer, Jared?
Mine's probably going to be wrong. That was a long time ago. So I haven't really followed the NBA for like heavily since the mid '90s. I said Scottie Pippen, but
Nope.
I don't think he ever got an MVP status.
I said James
My
Harden.
backup was Steve Nash.
James Harden.
James Harden, and I put some years on here,
Probably
but
right.
I
I'm sure that's right.
Harden might be
How about
the
you,
right
Kevin?
one.
I said Kobe Bryant. I'm sure I was wrong.
No, I'm the only one that's right on this
But
one.
James Harden, I know he didn't start on that.
James Harden!
Because he did not start. He did not start
I'm
on
not even
that
kidding. I
Thunder
put
team.
2018. I also had 2018 down there too, but I didn't want
Oh,
to.
man,
Yeah,
Coach
remember Harden
gets
came off the bench
point.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
Coach
you're right.
leads all of
Oklahoma
us.
City, I forgot about that.
And I know that because I'm a Miami Heat fan. They played the Heat in the finals.
Pippen
that
was
year.
a six-man, wasn't he? One time?
He
What's that?
Wasn't
not
Pippen?
six man.
No,
No.
I think Pippen was
I think
a
his
starter.
rookie year.
Yeah, maybe
Rookie year he was a
But I don't
six-man.
think he won the award.
No, he didn't
for
win
it, though.
Six Man of the Year. no.
Gotcha.
Hey, that's more like it.
We got one more?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Here we go.
Oh.
Okay, final question.
Oh,
Major
shoot,
League
I'm
Baseball
not gonna
since
be good at
1980. Who holds the single season stolen base record? Bonus for +1 number of stolen bases +1 for
I don't know the
year
number of bags,
-1
but I
for
got a
wrong
name.
guesses. Since 1980,
And I'm not right very often. so
single
don't listen to me,
season
folks.
stolen base record. I've got 2 guesses, but
Since 1980.
yeah. All right.
Dang.
My guess. Anybody else? Everybody in? Guesses
I'm
in.
in.
All right. My guess, and it's probably the same as yours, Ricky Henderson.
That was mine too.
All right.
Oh, Rick.
All 4 of us. Ricky Henderson.
Rest in peace, Ricky Henderson.
Yep. Oh, man.
If it's wrong, it was a trick.
There we go.
There we go.
All right.
Wow.
So all of us
182.
get the score on the first question and on the third question. Coach Baker gets the extra point. So he takes the lead this week and moving forward. All right, so let's thank all of our sponsors one more time. We've got Prestige Remodeling, we've got Fyzical Balance Center,
Seniors
Seniors
helping
we've got
seniors.
Seniors Helping Seniors. Thank you to all of our sponsors. You guys do such a great job taking care of us. I'd like to thank Jared Young. I'd like to thank Coach Baker. I'd like to thank Coach Lassiter, Dan Powers, Cody over here.
And Jovani Borbon for coming on the show.
Yes, and thank you to Cool FM for hosting, letting us do this goofy thing every week. My name is Jon Berger. God bless. Take care.